Thank you so much, Albert, for the invitation, and many greetings to all of you distinguished guests from around the world, and of course, brothers and sisters here from Jerusalem. And to have a prayer gathering here in the Knesset is something that maybe it might surprise us, and it might be something that we say, oh, this is amazing, we are praying together in the Knesset, but we have to understand that this is a tradition that is going, let me position myself a little bit better. It is a tradition that is going back for 3 millennia almost. The very first time we read about politicians to pray and to intercede for God is in the book of Daniel. Actually, that was the case why people started a political campaign against him. The only thing, as a matter of fact, they could find that would speak against Daniel wasn't any wrongdoing or corruption or wrong dealing with money or maybe sexual scandal or anything else. They couldn't find anything except one thing, that Daniel was a man of prayer. And he wasn't just a prophet, he was one of the most powerful men who ever lived on this earth. He was sitting in the second in command in 2 world empires. He was sitting in the prime minister chair, we would say today, of the Empire of Babylon. And he had the same position in the follow-up Persian Empire, where he was serving as the second in command there. And he made it through a 3rd government. He survived 3 kingships and 2 empires. Most people at that time, they wouldn't survive that. And he not only survived it, but he remained in power through all those times. And he was a politician of excellence for, people estimate, more than 5 decades. And the only thing his enemy could make out that he was a religious fanatic, that he was a fundamentalist, how we would call him today, and that he was a man who even prayed not only once in the morning before he went to the Knesset or to the parliament, but he was praying 3 times. And they managed to pass an edict against this man because of his prayer, and he was, you know the story, threatened to be put in the lion's den. The very first thing that he did, we read this in Daniel chapter 6, verse 10, that he went, as it was his custom, to pray 3 times a day in direction to Jerusalem. Even today, as we are gathering here, we are not the first people to pray in the parliament. In the British Parliament, since the 16th century, is a daily tradition that every day is started with a word of prayer in the parliament, Christian prayer. Here, I believe, there is a synagogue in the house where Jewish prayers are being brought. What makes this gathering here so unique is that Jews and Christians are praying together. And that's truly historic. And I want to say 2 things about that. Number one, I want to congratulate Albert for the great initiative to make that happen together with member of Knesset Tatiana Maserski, that they are leading this initiative to bring Jews and Christians together to pray. And this is absolutely important and vital in the days in which we are living in. We all understand that Israel today faces the biggest challenge in its modern history today. We are faced by a wave of anti-Semitism and Jew hatred and Israel hatred around the world that is only remembered in the time before World War II or in the Weimar Republic in Germany, where you had similar riots on the streets of Germany against the Jewish people. What makes this time, the occasion, so threatening that it's not just Germany, or it's not just France, or it's not just the UK, but it's all over Europe. And you see it even in the United States, and you see it in Turkey. Israel is today surrounded by a wave of hatred against that nation that requires prayer more than anything else. And for those of you who consider prayer just as a religious practice or a religious exercise, prayer is the most powerful thing that we can do on behalf of our nations, on behalf of Israel. We are serving a prayer-answering God.
Yes, true.
I'm here today speaking to you because God answers prayer.
Yes.
I shouldn't be alive anymore. 10 years ago, The doctors here in Israel, they told me, said, Jürgen, there is no hope for you. And they gave me a cancer diagnosis that they say is incurable. But people started praying for me, and that's why I'm here today. Amen. God is answering prayers. And what I believe is true for me is even more true for a nation. The Bible encourages us to first and foremost, shouldn't be second or third, first and foremost, to pray for the kings and the people in power in our countries. And if you are a pastor today, I appeal to you, make this a top priority in your church. Pray for your government. Don't just complain, don't just speak bad about your government, but start praying for it. Develop a prayer group. Follow the example of the Jerusalem prayer breakfast. Pray daily for your government, for your nation, for your prime minister, for your president. Who knows how our political situation would be today if more prayer would be done on behalf of our governments. And finally, we need to stand with the nation of Israel today. Yes. Of course, Israel came out victorious, and I truly believe 100% the successes and the victories over the past couple of months or 2 years, they are a result of prayer because they are nothing short than supernatural. Who of you would have thought 2 years ago that today we would be sitting here, Hamas is a shadow of itself, Hezbollah virtually doesn't really exist anymore as a real threat to Israel, their rockets have been dealt with, Iran, most of their terrorist regime and leadership have been dealt with, and even Syria has been dealt with. The Middle East is a different area. Who would have thought that 2 years ago when October 7 happened? Israel was striving for survival. Today it is without doubt the strongest power here in the Middle East. And one of the leaders of Syria recently said, we are working with Israel today not because we love them, but because we fear them.
Yeah.
And I believe that's an answer of prayer. And I want to encourage you, stand with this nation. The challenges remain to be good, to be great. The challenges are there for us to face in the countries where we are coming from. Stand with Albert with the initiative that he's leading. It's a very vital and important initiative. And pray for your own governments in your own countries. And that's what I want to share with you. I apologize for being late. I'm new to the wheelchair business, and realized it takes a little bit longer to come into a house like that with a wheelchair than if you are walking in on your feet. So, Albert, back to you.